I'm delighted to be here today to announce that I have changed real estate firms and I'm now with Select Real Estate. And this is my new boss, Manolo Orta, who I'm just delighted to work for. And one of the things about which I'm most delighted is that Manolo is the rarest of all rare species. He's a San Miguel native. And so he knows a great many things from the things that have occurred in town over his life, the areas that flood and the areas that have a special traffic problems or so on. And I'm just delighted to be a part of Select. So Manolo, tell me a little bit. I know it's great that you trained as an accountant, and we'll talk about that later on because that turns out to be a really big deal in Mexico. But tell me about your life and how it comes to be that you sell real estate and so on.
Thank you, Ben. It is a pleasure for me to work with you, and also it's my pleasure, really a pleasure, to share with you, with friends, with clients, with everyone, what our good life in San Miguel is. Indeed, I was born here in San Miguel 1973, and many of my stories is because I live them here in San Miguel, but also from my dad. He was born in 1910 at San Miguel Viejo. His father, my grandfather, was born here in San Miguel around the mid-19th century. And many of the stories of this old San Miguel shared by my father and how it was born this uniqueness for San Miguel. The artists that have come and lived in our town for decades, all the growth that San Miguel has had since being a little town hidden in the mountains. I had the pleasure of meeting Stirling Dickinson, who was a great figure in San Miguel, but also through my dad and the books that he collected and shared, knowing the history of Jose Mojica, who was also a famous artist, opera singer, one of the first real estate deals in San Miguel, who bought what nowadays is Sierra Nevada on the Juarez Park area, but he was also very famous in the cultural area that he promoted and helped the San Miguel de Allende artistic community on those dates, early 20, mid 20th century. Comedians like Cantinflas, that he had a house here, and many of his friends and relatives coming to San Miguel and share also that experience. And well, all the artistic community in general that has been in San Miguel and making it so great that we have had the pleasure of knowing, seeing them, listening to them, or just enjoying what they have created here. Not just the Mexican community, but foreign community.
That is so splendid, and I think one of the things, whether you're in Carmel or Palm Beach or San Tropez or wherever you are in the world, that's wonderful. People will always say, "Oh, it used to be better," but that's really not true about San Miguel, because San Miguel has, in the 20 years I've been here, it's become a better place with better amenities and a much better environment for foreigners to live full time.
Oh, definitely. And for example, nowadays with technology that we are surrounded by it, it's so great to be able to look anywhere where we are in the world. Something happening in San Miguel thanks to the internet, for example. Festivals, events, our amalgam of traditions and culture that we have. Because it's not only the local traditions that we have; those are so powerful, so giving us so much for our learning, our enjoyment, but also the international activities in San Miguel on lifestyle that we are having, communication, events. For example, the International Film Festival that was born here in San Miguel, and now it's spreading in many places, presenting their works. the watercolor festival that also we are having in its third edition, the chamber music festival that so many years, and cultural venues that we have also, that is not only on some season but every day, every week, something is happening in San Miguel.
Of course, with the digital nomads, we have younger people,
Oh,
we have schooling, we have just a different vibe. It's not a retirement community anymore.
exactly, and that's very important because before, for a certain time, San Miguel was known to be a retirement city where people will retire and live peaceful here. But guess what? Technology, digital nomads after pandemic, after COVID, are moving over into San Miguel because yes, there is something happening that helps them have a better lifestyle. Technology, internet, digital nomads working from afar in San Miguel and still enjoying a school for their kids, because it's not only the elderly coming into San Miguel but also this younger generation working from home or enjoying another type of things that also San Miguel offers. Schools we mentioned, events, cuisine, food processing, not just the normal stuff that you find in the markets, but the local markets, more gourmet type as well, varieties. I mean, I think that's the word, variety in San Miguel.
Yes, and we now have, what, 7 or 8 wineries.
Oh, yes.
So most of those offer tours, have restaurants and tastings and things. And that can be a really lovely part of your life if you can do that on a Sunday. Or Chinaberry Farms offers farm-to-table lunches once or twice a month, and that's another terrific thing. So it's really become a very, very different market than 20 years ago.
Oh, definitely.
And I suppose one thing I'd like to say there is virtually everyone, we've had multiple studies that show that over 90% or over 95% of the people who come here do research on the internet. And it's very common for us to have clients who walk in the door and say, I want to see these 7 houses. And so that's wonderful, and it gives people a chance to sit at home and over weeks and months figure out what they're interested in seeing. But I did want to say that, we do have a couple of super colossal agencies that have many, many, many listings. And all of the super agents that I know are wonderful people, and I think the world of them. But if you have 30 or 40 listings, it's inevitable that you will guide your clients towards those listings. If only because you know how easily you can show them, and you may have keys to the houses. So working with a boutique agency can really be in your benefit as a buyer, because we scan the entire market. And the 3 websites which we have, which are...
Yes, we have selectallende.com, Allende.casas, and Real San Miguel Real Estate, that the 3 of them are linked to our local MLS. And that's a very unique feature that we have here in San Miguel. It's custom made for our market, but the best thing is that it is updated every week. Because in our association, the Realtors Association that we have here in San Miguel, every week we are studying the market. We know which houses are new ones, which ones are changing prices, which ones are off the market or under contract. So we are very up to date in the market. And one great thing that you mentioned, being a boutique firm, agency, real estate office, helps you because we are dedicated to your needs, to your ideas, specifically searching, thanks to all the networking that we have, in the proper house, property according to your needs, your likes. And the best thing that I love doing with our clients is not just showing them a house, but also what it's around the neighborhood, the area, what happens during the weekdays, what kind of demographics we have in certain areas for their needs or their likes, because it's not just buying bricks and concrete, it's buying a piece of Mexico that makes your life so delightful in here. There are big neighborhoods, gated communities, something happening. I know, for example, hospitals. 20 years ago, there was only one hospital in downtown. Perhaps you remember Union Medica.
Yes, yes.
And now we have, what, five, six big hospitals, medical services, dental services. I mean, many things happening and not just concentrated in the downtown.
Yes, and many of the staff at those hospitals are American trained, and so they consequently speak English very well. So if you're in a situation where somebody needs to explain to you what's happening to you, you'll be able to get it directly from your doctor.
Oh, yes, and you know, I have friends and clients that they have their examinations here, their studies, and they share them through the internet with their doctor at home. So they have a file with their family doctor in their place of origin, but also in San Miguel, thanks to technology, and so easy. I mean, it's amazing what now it has been accomplished in that regard.
Yeah, so 40 years ago, I thought the idea of moving to another country was, even Mexico, was just too exotic to be real. And now it seems to me that it's fairly much effortless. And I'm happy that we're in a position to facilitate that for people because it has brought an incredible amount of joy to my life.
Yes, and you know, it's not just buying a property, it's moving into a new place, as you mentioned. San Miguel de Allende has been so famous, and all these awards won through the years. World Heritage is the top award that we have earned, and we keep it. But having not just a shower of properties, but having a counselor on your investment, a friend, like I consider myself to many of my first clients and then friends, that we help them make this transition and enjoy and live peacefully without worries in San Miguel. I think that makes the difference.
Yes, yes. So, all right. Well, great conversation, and thank you so much, Manolo, and thank you so much for hiring me.
Now, it is my pleasure. And at Select Real Estate, with all the efforts that we do, all the care that we take for our clients, for knowing San Miguel, what the market has to offer for you, and counseling on a good investment, preparing, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So being prepared always is so helpful. Well, I'm happy to help you and all of your clients, all our clients, to make the best decision in investment in real estate in San Miguel.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.